Alright, we are back on this boar grind. I have already got one down. I shot my first one, I believe it was, I think yesterday or the day before. Got my first great one boar. It was a pretty nice looking one. It wasn't one that the fur wasn't one that I was really after. Um, but the tusk on it looked insane. Like, it was a crazy looking wild boar. It was really, really cool looking. And then I hunted around a little bit today after I did that. And I did start my second grind. I'm 577 in. I thought I was already 700 in, but we'll get to 700 tonight pretty quickly, honestly. The boar feeder grind is really insane. I'm doing no herd management at all. I'm just out here hunting. And the amount of boar that I kill, like per hour, whenever everything's going good, everything's showing up how it's supposed to, it's pretty insane. You can get quite a bit really, really quickly. But probably get to 700 pretty soon. But I did start hunting around a little bit because I got my great one, and I wanted to just kind of hunt around. I ended up getting a diamond Eurasian mink, which is pretty cool. That's one of the new species that came out with this map, and my second diamond of the new species after this or on this map. We've got a European badger and a Eurasian mink, or no, it was the Eurasian pine marten, not the mink. It was a pine marten. So that was really neat. I'm glad to have gotten one of them. But yeah, this grind is super easy. Especially if you're not doing herd management. I kind of prefer to not do herd management just so I can just shoot any pig that I see. And you can get a lot more kills that way. And it's kind of just trying to spawn the great one, just sheer numbers. Like, that's all you're trying to do. Just get as many down as you can. And that seems to, you might maybe have longer grinds. You might still have shorter grinds. Like, I've seen people get grinds in under like 300 kills without even doing any herd management. And I've seen people with herd management get over like one guy, I buy premium, if you know who that is. He's got like 100 or almost 200 great ones, I think, or maybe over 200. I don't know. He's got an insane amount, and he had a grind that was 7,000 kills long, and he was getting diamonds just about every 10 kills. So obviously he had an insane amount of herd management during that, and still had an extremely long grind. So it pretty much all just comes down to luck, which, like my mule deer, I have them herd managed because the mule deer diamonds look really cool. But diamond hogs, they all kind of look the same. I mean, you can get different furs on them, but if you're shooting 1,700 hogs, it really doesn't matter. You're probably going to get the fur that you want, unless you want a super rare. But even still, even with insane herd management, super rares are still just, I mean, super rare. That's why that's what they're called. I've gotten, I think I'm at 6 great ones, or 7 maybe. I think I'm at 7 great ones total, and I've only ever gotten 3 super rares, so they are far more rare than a great one. But even so, that all comes down to luck. So I don't know, for this boar grind especially, I like just shooting anything. Just make sure I'm shooting at least 2 males per zone, unless you have a herd like this. This is very clearly more than one zone. This is a ton of hogs. So I'll try to get like 3 from this one. And then keep going. But one thing I really like about the boar grind is you make a ton of money. I'm at $1.7 million right now. And I was at 400,000 or 200,000 whenever I started. So you can make quite a bit of money from doing this grind. I think I was just behind him. Oh, we still got him anyways. So that's another 3 there. And you don't got to worry about changing the time. I mean, you do to 15:30, and then you can pretty much hunt as long as you want. I think they stopped drinking at like 2100, which would be from like 5 to 9. So it's like 4 in-game hours. I always just grind until it gets dark, and then just change the time whenever. But you don't got to worry about exiting back to main menu or nothing. You just keep going, and whenever you're starting out, if you go to a zone and they're not there, especially after you just changed the time or exited back to main menu, because you still have to do that sometimes, just not as often as you normally would. But if you've just exited back to main menu or just changed the time, you might have a zone where there's nothing there, and that's not like a big deal. Normally, if you're doing like a drink zone grind, or for example mule deer especially, in my opinion, are terrible because they're never at their zones and you have to do the 1 minute trick. But you really just don't have to do that on here because you're not exiting back to main menu to get your spawns and everything to happen, and to get them from stop nervously drinking. You just kind of keep going through your zone, and by the next time you come back, they're most likely going to be there. So it is really nice like that. And that's also why you're able to get so many kills so fast. You're not having to exit back to main menu. You're not having to do the 1 minute trick, which will slowly take up time. And the main reason you're able to get a lot is you only have 8 feeders of. So for this case, I'm using the barrel. You can only have 8 barrels out at a time, but you can have 16 tents, which means you can have a claiming tent at every single zone. And that is a level 5 right there with a terrible estimate. That one I'm going to assume is going to troll, which would be fine. I have 1 diamond on the second grind already, and no trolls, but I believe that's probably going to be the first one. I'll try to get 3 from here, but we're going to use, you know what, that dude's probably going to troll. But I'm also kind of worried, like, is that melanistic? No, I can see that brown patch, so it's definitely not. So I don't got to worry about a super rare. So we're going to try to get 3 here. Now, I don't really do herd management, but I will still leave a level 1 if there's more to shoot. So like, in this case, we got a 2 here. This darker one, we got a 3 there and another 2 there, so we still have enough to shoot at this zone without shooting a level 1, so might as well just leave them. Try to get off. I hit him. He is going down, so that was a horrible shot. There we go. Still got all 3 there. And we are almost to 600 kills, like 589. This was the level 2. Then we just dropped the other 2, so that'll be pretty easy to find. I gotta add if this is a troll or a diamond. My guess is definitely a troll. Yeah. Oh wow, he actually barely made that by 0.23. So not a very big diamond at all. I do have almost a max score diamond. That was actually a super rare, which was kind of insane. So not gonna mount him or anything, because I really don't have many places to put them, even in the grind lodge. They just, to me, they don't look very good on the wall. It just looks a little bit weird. They do look good on the full body platforms, but I don't really have a whole lot of those available. I will throw some of them in there, but I don't know. Most of the boars just look the same, so I'd rather have like an antlered species up on the wall, taking over those spots for the boar. But if I do get like a really big one, I will probably mount that one still. So I get a 4, 2. Is that it? 4, 2, and then another 2, I think. Okay, so we got 4 in total, but I don't know, I might just shoot 2 here just to be safe. Because I definitely don't want to accidentally shoot too many at a time. Mess up the respawns. But I'm fine with 2. If I'm getting at least 2 per feeder, then that's 16 in total per run. And my mule deer map that I got fully herd managed is only 12 per run, so even just getting 2 at a feeder, or 2 per feeder, is doing better than my mule deer grind, so I will take 2 there. But this grind has been pretty fun. This has probably been my favorite grind I've ever done. Dang, we got a lot of hogs up there. But yeah, this has definitely been my favorite grind because it's just so easy. You just get 8 barrels and just, you look at the map that iBuy made, that's what I did. I looked at the map that he made, and I just pretty much put my feeders wherever he put his, and I got a hit on all 8 of them out of the 13. So, ended up working pretty well. And I think this is a zone where we can definitely get 3 at. And then you just start shooting. And if you're not worried about herd management, then you don't got to worry about which ones to shoot. You just literally set up the feeders, they start getting hit, and you just start shooting them. Very easy to set up. You don't have to worry about going and finding zones. Like, I think he said he didn't even find a single zone whenever he started his. And I just went based off his map. And I found 1 track the whole time. I never even looked for tracks or nothing. I just kind of, I figured if they were in that area on his map, they'd probably be around the same area on my map. And I just set them up near where he had his, and they all work. So, other grinds, especially if you're doing herd management, you want to find every single zone that you have, or the absolute most you can find. And then on top of that, you want to start shooting them down. You got to go to every zone, make sure they're all shot down. But if you're not doing herd management and just hunting feeders, you just get them to start eating on the feeders and just start shooting. It's super easy and really fun, and you can start getting a lot of kills very, very fast. Like, I got 1,700 kills in 4 days, which is kind of insane. We're gonna have, I think that's a male. This one here at this zone. This is a newer zone. They kind of stopped showing up. I had them all going good for a while, and then they kind of just stopped showing up in my last zone. So I started putting them out here instead. And those are 2 pretty good fallow deer. Probably shoot them after I shoot this hog. I've kind of just been putting up feeders in random spots near my boar grind just to see what shows up there, and then I just kind of shoot them. Normally I don't even really go claim them. I just kind of shoot them. And then just kind of see what comes out of it. Maybe something will spawn. Maybe I'll get some diamond fallow deer to spawn. Should be pretty cool. So far I haven't had anything crazy, but you never know. Possibly even get a great one fallow deer, but I've always been told that you can't get a great one from not harvesting your trophies, so maybe I can prove that wrong, or maybe I can just get like a rare or something. But I don't know, I just like to do it just to see what's all in the area. We got more pigs here. Got another feeder down there. Is it empty? It is empty. Maybe I should fill that. And that's another thing that I like about the feeders, is how you're able to just refill them from anywhere. Be anywhere on the map and just refill them. Super nice. You don't have to run all the way up to the feeder and fill it up, which it's the same way over on Classic. You can feed them, or you can fill them up from, well actually you don't even have to be in the game to fill them up. You can be just like in the menu before you even start up the game and fill them up from there, which is pretty cool. But one thing I don't like about Classic feeders compared to these is once you fill them up, if they've been empty, it takes like, I want to say an hour or something. It might be less than that, but I think it's like an hour in order for it to start actually attracting animals. Now, you don't have to be in the game for an hour for that. You could, if you wanted to hunt it, you could start up a game, hunt some stuff, and then like on a whole nother map, and then after it's been an hour, you could then go to that map and start hunting it, and then there would be bears and stuff at it. So normally, with this being such a far shot, because it's over 300 meters, I can shoot at this zone, or this herd, and this herd won't even spook, which is really nice. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. Some of them spook, but not all of them. That'll work. I'll take 3 from there. And we're officially at 600 kills into our second grind. And I'm hoping that this one won't be 1,700 kills, because that was insane. I feel like that's quite a bit, but Not terrible, I don't guess. I've had longer. I've had double that on mule deer, which is like that's actually insane. 3,000 kills on mule deer is it's pretty rare. They're normally very short grinds. Like I've had a mule deer grind that was I had a mule deer grind that was what the heck am I doing? Wow. Thank you, Manny, for that. I am an idiot. I don't know how I didn't look over there and notice that that was happening. Well, luckily I didn't get the great one to spawn yet. That would have been pretty embarrassing. That would have been not good at all, but I believe it is. I believe it is fit. I cannot believe I did that. Oh well, it's fixed now, and now the great one will spawn. Hopefully. One thing that is very weird about what is that? So I still want a diamond Eurasian woodcock. So I kind of shoot them sometimes too. But one thing that is very weird about whenever I did shoot my great one, I had, let me think. What was I about to say? Oh yeah. So my like recording software that's built into my computer, if I open anything up that's like on the internet, like YouTube or something like that, it'll it'll turn my replays off and my recordings off because it can't do like desktop capture, and or it can't like capture anything on the internet, so you're not just recording it and stealing it pretty much. So it was like, I don't know, I think it was the same day or the day before, but it wasn't very long before that. It was actually at this exact spot that I'm at. I'd shot a pig and it got stuck like kind of in my tent whenever it died. And it looked like the pig was twerking because it was inside of the tent and its like legs were caught. It was the funniest thing. And I tried to record it, but my thing had gotten cut off because I was on YouTube earlier. And so whenever I tried to record it, I remembered to turn it back on, and then the next day my great one spawned, so I was actually able to record that, which was very, very lucky that that happened like that. Because I could have definitely just only been able to get a screenshot of the great one instead of a video of me shooting it. But it was pretty cool. And it was a very risky shot, and I almost messed it up, and I'm very glad that I didn't. Because it was the first one I ever took with like an actual gun that was going to be a bit of a challenge. Because I've shot all my mule deer great ones and my wolf great ones just with the 308 or the Mosin. And that was the first time I actually tried to use something different. And it was a 12 gauge slug at 100 meters. And it barely caught the right lung. Like, if I would have been like, I feel like if I was at like 105 meters, it would not have caught the lung and I would have messed it up. Like, it was actually insanely lucky. Looking in the harvest screen, you can do like the x-ray view. Looked like it didn't even touch it, but it said that it did, and I was very happy. And that would have been so sad too, because it was a pretty big great one. I posted it in the Discord, Flincher's Discord yesterday, and a lot of people were saying it was like the biggest one they had seen so far. So that's pretty neat. And I got him in a multi-mount with a albino and a super rare, so that's a pretty cool multi-mount. And I think once I get one more great one, I'll have 2 great ones and a super rare, and I think that'll probably be a very cool multi-mount. Or maybe I'll just get another super rare and put them in that. Should also be pretty cool. Where did that guy come from? And that guy. I only saw the 2 males. I guess they were probably feeding right over there. Never even seen them. But that's fine. And luckily today I don't gotta be up at 7:30 in the morning. Well, I guess luckily for tomorrow I don't gotta be up at 7:30 in the morning. So I can actually stay up and grind a little bit longer. Probably stay up till 1 o'clock, so that's another 2 hours. And maybe we'll get this great one to spawn in the next 2 hours. That would be pretty cool. Let's see. I can't believe the light brown ones just look so big. That's a level 3. That's level 2. And that's a level 3. I think that's all the males we got. I believe. So I'll probably just end up taking 2. Oh, actually we got 4. So I'll take 2 on this side and 1 on that side and just hope that they're from a different herd. Oh, you still alive? There we go. I almost get 3 at that zone like every time. Normally the only time I'm not able to get 3 there is if I mess up. There's always like at least 2 herds feeding here, and sometimes there'll be a third, and it gets kind of crazy. There can be a lot of pigs right here, but it's also really nice. It's nice whenever you get multiple herds all at the same feeder, and sometimes you can have. So I did this to kind of learn myself on some, or teach myself, I guess. I don't know. But I had a level 5 that I would not shoot just to see what would happen, like through the different runs and everything. And sometimes he would be there, and then sometimes it'd be a whole new group that would show up at that same zone, or at that same feeder. So even if you're doing the feeder grind and you're seeing a herd there, it might not be the same one that's always there. You can have multiple herds all feeding at the same feeder, but at different times, which is kind of confusing, but also really nice to know. I wish I could find a diamond Sitka deer, because those things are very nice looking. They're also kind of rare. Apparently they're one of the harder diamonds to get in this game. We don't really have anything to shoot here, so I guess I'll just shoot that fallow deer that... Oh, that's chocolate. I thought it was all piebald or something. We got 3 level 4s here. That's kind of crazy. Shoot that guy and see what happens. I would like to get another diamond. I did have 2 initial spawn diamond fallow deer whenever I started this, started this map. And I messed up the first one. It was the first kill I got on the map. I messed it up. But it's still really nice, so I mounted it anyways. And then later on during my grind of the wild boar, I saw a guaranteed diamond fallow deer running off, so I went up there and shot him. It kind of makes me want to do a fallow deer great one grind one day, because they look pretty crazy too. They're one of the nicer looking great ones in my opinion. But I still haven't got the wolf great one that I want, and I still haven't got the mule deer great one that I want. And I haven't even got a single moose great one, and I want one of those as well. So I kind of got a lot of grinding to do. And I think I'm like 800 kills into the moose grind, but I've also heard of a lot of people getting extremely long grinds on the moose, so it's kind of got me worried. And the moose grind is so much slower than than pretty much any other grind, because even like a double lung on them, they will still run for quite a while, even with the biggest gun in the game. And compared to these pigs, you can get like a single lung. I believe a single lung will drop a wild boar, so it just makes it so much faster. I don't know where we hit that dude, because he just died. Of course you're going to try to attack me. I don't know how we didn't get anything on that. That's kind of weird. But his bleed rate was still medium. We must have hit the spine, I'm guessing. Yeah, that would make sense. It kind of amazes me that a spine shot with the 300 will not drop a boar, but whatever. feel like that's not very realistic. I feel like in real life, if you spawn shot almost anything, especially with a big old gun, probably would not go anywhere. But who knows? Got two out of this other group, so that's nice that they decided to show up. What am I doing? It's not just a whole nother pig, is it? I don't think it was. Maybe there was 2 4s in there and I just accidentally shot 3. I really didn't think it was. I thought I seen all of them. Or maybe that one was just sitting at the feeder. But I also don't see one that's dead over here, so I don't know. That was strange. I'll have to see what happened whenever I picked them up, or whenever I pick them up. Guess that was only 2. Guess I just made a bad shot somehow, which I was zeroed for 300, so yeah, we just completely missed that first shot. I guess I probably shot right over him. Kind of forgot I was zeroed for 300. I should have aimed lower. I think that's going to be our only 2. That's normally all we have. All I have at this zone is just 2. Glad I shot a lot better that time. That last shoot was kind of embarrassing. Hoping to get, I should have put the screen in here where I could show all the furs of the wild boars. I think I might be able to, possibly, I don't know. But the one that I want, I have not seen it get shot yet, so I have no idea what it looks like in the game. I think it was called Stipple or something like that. But it kind of reminded me of a box turtle because it had like orange underneath its mouth, like going down its neck. And it was kind of like a similar pattern to that of a box turtle. I thought that one looked pretty cool. And then there's also, where's the Stipple, the all white and black one? I don't remember. I think there's 9 in total, so it's kind of hard to remember the names and all of them. But a lot of them do look cool. Some of them are kind of like not as good, but the one that I did get, I didn't think was going to be that good. I wasn't a big fan of it. But after I shot it and like saw it in game and like got a closer look at it, I actually liked it a lot better than I thought I would. So, and that does tend to happen. Like with the wolves, the first one I got, I thought I would like it, and then I shot it and I put them in my trophy lodge, and I kind of didn't like them as much. So it really just depends. Sometimes based on the I wonder if I can, surely not with this. Maybe I can hit him with the 300. 120. This is not going to be very easy. Yeah, I did not think I was going to do that. Or did not think I was going to hit that, but I tried. Would have been nice though, because I do need to shoot the females. The females do make diamond. But they do I can't remember what they call it, but it's some sort of like the art of the great ones. They just kind of like post the pictures of it, and it is sometimes it can kind of look a little bit different than what it looks like in game. So maybe those differences make you like it or not like it as much as you think you would. I definitely like the one that I got a lot better than I thought I would. I don't see anything great in this field. Really ain't much. Just looks like just that one level 3. That thing looks really dark though. I think I see a bit of a brown patch on his back. I think that's just dark brown. Hopefully. I was able to actually successfully tell the difference between a melanistic and a dark brown though. It was super difficult because they look almost identical. But I did actually find one that was melanistic and shot it with the right gun, and I was very surprised that I was able to do that. It's the only difference, which up close it's a lot easier to tell, but they got like this brown fur right there, and on a melanistic they don't, and that is the only difference. And it is extremely hard to tell. See if we'll actually have something to shoot at this zone or not. I'm guessing not. They're not super consistent at this zone. It's been super hard for me to find a 8th barrel to actually do really good, like as good as the other ones. I will take this time to look around and see what we have. Well, we got the 2 dead fallow deer that I could drive over there and get, but I'm kind of too lazy to do all that, so I'll just lay there at the feeder. They're my decoys for the other fallow deer to come in. But since I did refill that other feeder down to my left, we should have some fallow deer there. And I have taken 3 out since the last time I have exited back to main menu, so we should have some new males down there. Like that one is definitely new, and so is that one. Yeah, the feeders are kind of insane. We have at least 2 fallow zones here, and there could be more that are just not here right now. I believe that is 2 fallow zones. We're going to shoot this bigger 4 for now. Just see what it will respawn as. We got 2 level 3s up there that we can shoot. So we'll take those guys out. I'd like to get a rare badger too. I've now seen the piebald badgers and the piebald pine martens, and they both look so cool. And that's kind of why I've been hunting around after I got my great one, my first great one, because I really want to get a rare pine marten or badger. I would have chose a rare over a diamond of them because rares just look so crazy. But I have not been that lucky yet. I have not got a single rare of any of the new species yet, I don't think, unless I'm just forgetting about something. But I do not think I have, and I think that is a woodcock running around for some reason, and it is a female. I don't know if I'm tripping, but that thing looks dark, so we might fast travel to here and run over there and see if we can't get a shot on that, just in case. Shouldn't have spooked there. We're gonna put a waypoint on that just to see. I Could just shoot it from here, but if it is a rare, I kind of want to get the trophy score out of it. Hopefully it won't be too close to where it's going to spook as soon as I fast travel. Yeah, it's a good sign that it didn't. Unless that's it flying right there to the right. Most definitely is. Somehow, that was kind of insane that we hit that. Maybe we can hit it again? Nope. It will die though. They should die to any shot from the 12 gauge. Even though that's bird shot at almost 100 meters away. Should still get it. But I'm going to go over there and take a look at that. And it's still alive. Nope, no it's not. It has passed away. And luckily I got my tracking dog, because birds are so hard to track whenever they're flying after you shoot them. Kind of surprised I hit that. That was pretty far. Seems a lot easier to hit the farther shots while they're flying, even with, or even while they're flying, with the long range scope than it is with like a red dot sight or whatever. Figured it would kind of be the opposite, but for some reason it's not. But kind of glad that I have that scope on there. Be very cool. I thought it kind of looked really dark. I'm thinking that could have possibly have been a melanistic. I highly doubt it though, because it could have just been a shade or whatever. But I'd rather shoot it and be sure than not shoot it and just have a melanistic woodcock just running around the map that I never know about. And I could tell from, if I pick up that track, I'll be able to tell what it is. I'm assuming it was probably just brown. It would be nice if it, oh, it was gray. It wasn't even brown. I don't know how I got so mistaken there, but it was a pretty decent one. These things are even pretty hard just to get a gold of. Harder than pretty much every other species just to get a gold. So I'd imagine diamond is going to be, I don't even want to think about how hard that's going to be. But as long as I just keep shooting them, hopefully eventually one of them will respawn as a diamond. Haven't even really been close yet either. What is that one behind you? I think it's just a female. Yeah, it is. Pretty sure. Got a total of 3. Actually got a total of 4. Means we could probably take 3, but this seems kind of small to be 2 herds, but it's also weird that there's 4 males and 2 herds, so just to be safe, I'm just going to take out 2. Call that good. So I don't know for sure about boars, and I don't know if this is still a thing, but I know back in the day, and I believe it is still a thing, if you are shooting like a ton of one species and you shoot too many males, then it's just going to make your respawns not happen or take really long. I can't remember which one. And I don't really want that to happen, because then I'm going to be stuck trying to find, or I'm going to have a whole herd that I won't be able to shoot out of anymore. And then if I do that too many times, then I won't have any herds to shoot out of. And then I'll just be out of luck, and I'll start getting a lot slower. I try to be as fast as I can. Almost to 625 kills, and I started at 577. That's 23 plus 24, be about 47, I think. If my math is correct, 47 kills in 39 minutes. So I'm getting over a kill a minute, which is very good. Getting over a kill a minute is, I mean, you kind of hope to get like around a kill a minute whenever you're doing the grinds. 1 kill a minute is normally pretty good, or even like a kill every 2 minutes. It's pretty good. So to be getting over one a minute is honestly really good. And it's just because these feeders. Since you're able to have a claim intent at every single zone, it just makes it so fast. You don't have to do any running. The only running you have to do is from the tent to the tripod, and then from the next tent to the animal, which if you set your tents and stuff up right, then that's not a very far run at all. But you do kind of have to place your tent a little bit further out, because anything within 200 or 180 meters will spook stuff whenever you fast travel. And then you want to push it back a little bit further, because like the feeder right there is 153 meters away, but this dude's feeding 7. This one's feeding 13 meters closer than that. So you know, you just want to give yourself a little bit of room just in case they decide to come a little bit closer. But then your claiming tent, you really could just put it like right on top of the feeder and be fine. But you just got to worry about the animals running into your tent and causing it to despawn, and then you got to place another one. So I kind of leave it a little bit further out, but still a pretty short run. Hoping we can get a rare, because I don't think I've gotten a rare on stream yet, unless I've just completely overlooked it, which is super easy to do, especially on the melanistics and the purple grays. Those are the easiest ones to just shoot, claim, and move on without ever even noticing it's a rare. The black and golds are pretty easy to tell, especially from a distance, which kind of makes no sense. It would seem like the closer you are, the easier it is to tell, but for some reason, whenever you get closer, it just makes it even harder to tell if it's actually rare or not. But from further away, it's easier to tell, which kind of makes no sense. But for some reason, that's just how it goes. So that's definitely another male right there, but I can't get a spot on him. Huh. I think that's only a total of 3, which means we'll just take 2, and I'll just take those 2 right there. Hopefully that wasn't a level 5, because I never got to mark it. Doubt it was, though. But you can tell the difference between, it's a little bit harder, obviously on deer, telling the difference between a male and a female is pretty easy, because one of them has horns and the other one doesn't, or antlers, I guess. But on pigs it's a little bit harder, but you can just tell from the size of the males compared to the females. The males are just like twice as big, so that makes it a lot easier to tell. But on wolves, it is extremely difficult to tell the difference. They look, I mean, I think there is a size difference, but it is not very much. So it is so hard to tell the difference between a male and a female wolf, especially whenever it's nighttime and you already can't see very good. It just makes it super difficult. Wow. Oh, dang, that is a tiny, I wonder if that was at level 2 that was feeding over here. I guess not. It's just another level 2. I think we're gonna shoot this zone and then change the time back just so it's a little bit easier to see. My session score is not too high right now. I normally exit back to main menu, either just whenever I'm not seeing too many Well, we don't even have a single male here, so I guess this would be a good time to go and exit back to main menu. But if you're doing the feeder grind and you're just kind of noticing there's not a lot of like your zones just look different and you're not getting the males that you should be getting, and that's normally about whenever you want to exit back to main menu. And then after that, you should be good for a little while. But sometimes, like I've went so right there at a 13,000 session score, and there was one day I got all the way up to 33,000 before I needed to exit back to main menu. So it's kind of just random. But whenever you feel like you need to exit back to main menu, you just exit back to main menu, and then you're probably good. I think these, yeah, both level 3s sitting right next to each other, so that should be pretty easy. I thought I shot straight through that dead one there and messed that up. Luckily I did not do that. Oh, and I'm stuck. I would say that's probably because a wild hog or a wild boar got stuck in there. Yep. Now I got a floating tent. Normally whenever that happens, you'll either get a floating tent like I did, or your tent will just despawn and you gotta place a new one. So I got pretty lucky there that I didn't have to place a new one. But now, since I exited back to main menu and changed the time, probably gonna have some zones that won't have any pigs at all. Would not be surprised if we did. So far, we're still doing good, so that's nice. But most times, whenever you exit back to main menu or change the time, a lot of your pigs will not be in their zones yet. So you just kind of run through, and if you have pigs at your zone, then shoot them, and if you don't, just keep going. Well, what are you doing? I'm not even going to pick him up. I know he's not rare, and I shot him at the 300. There's no chance he's going to be a diamond, but maybe he'll respawn as a rare. So it seems like we're doing pretty good on our pigs showing up to our zones, which is pretty nice. Seems like we're shooting a whole lot better too. Hoping to get, I'm really hoping this grind isn't going to be as long as my last one. It'd be nice to get under 1,000. A grind under 1,000. I haven't had a grind under 1,000 in honestly probably since my second mule deer. I think that might have been my only grind that was under 1,000. Trying to think. I had a really short grind. Well, maybe my first wolf. I did get that the first day that the great one came out, like within 24 hours. But I also might have grinded for 16 hours straight that day. So, and I was getting about a kill a minute, or something like that. I remember it was about like 800 kills, 892. I think is what I said. Somewhere around there. I know it was a lot of kills. But that was just, I literally woke up. I already had my grind set up because they said that, or they told us what the great one was going to be like a week before the map came out. So the day I heard that, I was already getting tired of my mule deer grind because I'd been on that grind since the map. Ski Ridge came out in like June, I think, is whenever Ski Ridge came out, and I grinded mule deer until I got 4. Yeah, and it was my 5th mule deer, and that was the 3rd month, and then wolves came out in October. So that was like a full month I had to grind wolves. I think I took a little bit of a break. I think I grinded for like 2 weeks straight of grinding pretty much every single day. Never got the great one to spawn. So then I switched over to wolves and was able to get 2 great one wolves. Went back to the mule deer and was like another 1,500 kills after that till I finally got my mule deer. And in total, I would guess it was a lot. It was at least 3,000. It was taking forever. It was taking a toll on me. And I still have that guy on my map. I just have not shot him, but I might shoot him tonight. I was supposed to let my cousin shoot him, but that's been on my map for like 2 weeks now, and he still hasn't shot him, so I might have to just go out there and shoot him. I don't know what I'm going to do, though. I might try like a bow, try to sneak up in the bow range to him and shoot him with a bow. And I don't know what gun I'm going to use on my next boar great one. I used the new shotgun that just came out. It's probably my favorite shotgun in the game. This thing just looks so nice. I really like it. The sound of it too it's got a really nice sound whenever you shoot it. It's just a really good shotgun. But I really don't know what I want to go or what I want to use with my next or on the next great one. I was thinking, because I think the 6.5 in this game is up to class 5, so I think it is ethical, and I was thinking like maybe trying just a super long shot, seeing if we could hit it. Yeah, we can definitely get 3 at this zone. I want to say, is there one laying down? Or is that one? We'll probably save him for last. Oh, it's this one looking at me. I know that's a male. Honestly, he's got some... Looks like he's got some pretty big tusk. Just level 3, so not as big as I thought he was. So go for that one. Where's that other one we was going to shoot? Go for that one, and then that other one laying down. I think I hit him. It just was not very good. But we got him there. I always love whenever I got a zone that I'm able to shoot 3 out of and I get all 3 of them. It's the best. But I kind of want to change, I think it's in skills. I kind of want to get this just so I'm able to spot multiple of them. Because it's so much easier to shoot them whenever you're spotting them. But if I did that... I think I would have to get rid of this, because I'm just barely into tier 4, and I don't really want to get rid of that. And there's nothing I could do to get to tier 3 from just my ambusher points. So, I just don't think it's worth it. It's so nice to have this, even though like 99% of the time you pick up a disturbed vegetation tract, it's not going to be anything. But that 1% of the time, whenever you do, and it is a rare, how did this get put back onto that? Because it just went back. If I click that, it goes there. Am I like clicking something? Alright, I think I know what's going on. I think I accidentally, like whenever I go to my map to fast travel, I accidentally click on my second monitor, and then I press W, A, S, or D, and then it changes the scene to this one for some reason. It might even show this one sometimes. I don't know, but I think that's what's happening. Because I never clicked anything over there, and I just looked over there, and it was on that screen. Don't really know why it does that. Hopefully it wasn't like that for too long. Could probably delete all the other ones, and then it'd be fine, because there wouldn't be anything for it to switch over to. Might do that before I do my next stream. I might delete the rest of them, just so that won't happen again. That is weird. Let me look at something else. No, we're gonna leave it like this for now. I'll try to do some research on it tomorrow. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing whenever it comes to streaming. I have not done it too often. Luckily I noticed that though. I'll just kind of have to look over there every now and then. There are so many hogs at this freaking zone. This is insane. I'm gonna try to just run up there and get all 3 of them. What was that? That was the strangest noise I have ever heard in my life. Some pretty good sized fallow deer. Oh yeah, I forgot that I exited back to main menu, so we'll have some new ones. Well, now we'll have another one next time we do that. So that one, I think that one laid down. No, is it this one that's standing next to him? Of course, it's not going to let me spot it. Where did that other one go? We'll just go like that. I don't know. Dang it. That one's dropping. I do not know if I'm going to be able to spot the right one. There's so many running through there. Oh, it's that one. Almost just took that. Okay, we got them all. Could have shot a little bit better there, but we still got all 3 of them. So we did pretty good. That was not a very good shot on that one. Is there any other ones that are over here? Okay, that's that one. I didn't accidentally hit one on the run, did I? I don't think so. I think we just got the 3. I think we are good. Also, I got my guns Christmas themed to get in the holiday spirit to hopefully get the great one to spawn. I feel like that could help me out. Almost 650 kills. We will probably... It's only 11:30, so we could get to like 900, possibly. I don't know if we get to 1,000, but oh, there's a pheasant right there. We could probably get to 900. That looks like a good size one. Only level 3. Pretty good estimate for a level 3 though, up to 193. I've seen 4s with that estimate before. I'm really thinking about starting a fallow deer grind, because the fallow deer, mainly just because of the Irish elk rack, I think that looks so nice. I think if we do, we'll probably do it on hay. So that's probably the best map for fallow deer. Yeah, those are fleeing. We'll just take 2 from that zone, call it good. Oh, some of them didn't spook yet. That's alright. Probably both females anyways. But honestly, if you're somebody that has never grounded before, and you have the feeder DLC, and the tent DLC, and the tripod DLC, and right now if you play on Steam, I think the sale is still going on. I know there was a big sale, like their Christmas sale, and you could get a lot of the stuff for really, really cheap. I would definitely recommend this grind if you're wanting a great one, because it might take you a lot of kills, like mine was 1700, but this is probably the easiest grind to do. Because you don't got to worry about the 1 minute trick, or you don't got to worry about exiting back to main menu after every single run. Compared to especially the moose grind has been the worst for me so far. But I really want to moose, so I'm kind of suffering through it. But just doing the 1 minute trick alone on the moose to get them to show up to their zones, because they're not there ever. I was at 700,000 after I bought my tents and tripods for that. And in 800 or so kills, I went from 700,000, and you're supposed to gain money whenever you do these. That, I think, is a purple gray. I think that's one of the new rares. But you're supposed to gain money whenever you do these grinds. And I ended up spending, well, technically I spent more because I was still making money from every moose that I shot, but I ended up losing $300,000 from that grind, which is just insane. That might just be a brown. What is this? That's a dark brown, so I was completely wrong there. I don't know how I got purple, gray, and brown confused, but it happens, I guess. The purple gray almost looks like the light brown that's right there. It's just a little bit different. It's kind of one of the, I wouldn't say it's easier to notice. Is that a purple? Okay, I think I'm losing my mind. I'm pretty sure that's just light brown. I don't know. It's going to get smoked with the 300 either way. So it doesn't really matter. But they're just so hard to tell. I'm going to try to get 3 out of this zone. Oh, if I just made a better shot on that last one, I'd have dropped all 3 of them before they even took a step. But we still got them, so that's all that matters. It's like, whenever you see them, other than albino is so easy to tell because they're just like the only ones that are white. Was just a light brown. I figured it was. But especially with the purple gray, it's like you look at it and you're like, you see something that kind of looks off and you think that's it, and then you're like, no, that's not it, and you're like, maybe it is, like exactly what I just did. But with whenever you finally see the purple gray, it's like, okay, yeah, that's definitely it. It is, you're able to tell whenever you actually see it. But whenever you think you see it, you just have no idea. And then sometimes you actually see it, and then you just trick yourself, and you're like, oh, never mind, that's not it, and smack it with the 300, and then end up messing it up. That's definitely happened to me so many times. But I've already got a couple purple grays, a couple albinos. I've gotten a couple of every single rare so far, or already. So most of the time now, unless it's a level 5, I just shoot it with 300 anyways, just because I don't really need any more of them mounted. Unless it's like a really good one. Like a level 4 I'll probably mount just because it's probably going to be a gold. But if it's like level 1, level 2, level 3, I'm just going to hit it with 300. This is one of the first times in a while we actually have nothing to shoot here. That is kind of crazy. That zone, they're normally almost always, like if there's pigs there, there's almost always a male. So it's kind of, it's pretty crazy that there wasn't one there. And also, if any of y'all are here from my last stream that I did, a couple, I think it was 2 days ago, I had a level 1 albino wild hog. And I thought I'd spawned another one, so I shot it, because it was at a completely different, those look like some pretty big horns. It's a pretty good size 4. Neither of them have a chance to make diamond though, so they're going to get smoked with a 300. But I had that albino wild boar that was at this feeder right here. No, actually it was this feeder. There's no way that was, I don't know, maybe it was. But I had that albino level 1, not level 4, albino level 1 that was at this zone right here. And I had another albino level 1 at this zone, and I shot him here, and I haven't seen this one since. So apparently it was the same one, and somehow he started off at this one and got attracted to this one over here. Which means they probably run quite a bit whenever they're in their zone, or like not in their zones. I guess they travel quite far. You're only supposed to, or you only have I think it's 400 meter radius on these feeders, so he must have traveled pretty dang far to get from here to that one and actually start feeding at it. It kind of surprised me. And I've done so many runs since then, and he has never been back. So I do believe I accidentally killed him. And I believe his name was Crispy Bacon. So, rest in peace to Crispy Bacon. You will be missed. If we're lucky, maybe we can spawn another one and he will live on forever. Got one to shoot here. It's better than nothing. I'm already yawning. Luckily tomorrow's the last day I work before I get 2 days off in a row. And I don't have to be at work. Last 2 days I had to be at work at 8 in the morning. Been waking up at 7:30. And I was gonna stream last night anyways. Went to turn my headset on and that thing was freaking dead. So I had to charge it. So I charged it all day yesterday and all day today, which I didn't really need to charge it for that long, but I just kind of left it on the charger the whole time. Got this thing charged, so we were good to go. That is the only herd that I'm seeing. So we did just change the time, so that makes sense. Kind of forgot I did that. A lot of times I will completely forget changing the time because I do this run so often. I do these runs so often, and I just get in the habit of just running from place to place and just shooting that. It's just like all a blur. Like I don't even remember. I couldn't even tell you half the things I've shot, like their scores, their trophy, or their rarity, their medal, anything like that. There's a lot of pigs right there. And just like I thought, that the second zone is coming in from the left. So we could technically shoot 4 at this zone, 2 out of each herd. And I might honestly try that since they're so split up. and it's actually easy to tell which herd is which. If I could just find another male in this herd, which I'm not, so we'll just take that guy out. Hopefully, oh, luckily that one didn't sweep. We'll take him out. Alright, I'll take 2. That's good enough. But if you have them all like setting at the feeder already, it is so hard. I mean, you really can't tell which herd is which. So it's better to just shoot 3 and go on opposite sides of the feeder, because that's not guaranteed you're gonna get 1 from each zone at least, or 2 from one zone and 1 from the other. But just gives you a better chance. There you go. Yawning. I can't quit yawning. Oh my gosh, that scared me for a second. Had that water on its side and I saw that white stripe and I almost thought it was a great one. And there's a great one that looks very similar to the albino that might could trick you up for a second. You just think it's an albino, then you spot it and it says level 10. But I think they'd be a lot bigger. They do look a lot bigger than the normal sized males that aren't a great one. We're going to shoot that level 1 just because. He's going down pretty quick. If you're doing herd management, what I just did there would be very dumb, unless it's a main zone. That's another reason why I'm glad I'm not doing herd management on here, is because I don't really have to worry about main zones and exteriors. I just find 8 zones and just start shooting. But I've done them both. I kind of do like doing herd management more, just because like once you start getting it good, you're getting a diamond like every 10, 15, 20 kills. And at staying consistent, you know that you're doing good. You know what you're doing is working. So it just kind of just makes the grind better, because you're getting a lot of diamonds to show up. But after shooting, in total, I've probably shot close to about 10,000 mule deer. I've got way too many diamond mule deer, so at this point, I don't even care. I don't even tax them. Don't even shoot them with the right gun unless it's super rare. And I don't know. It's not as like, I don't get happy to see the diamonds. And honestly, at this point, especially whenever I was doing my last grind for mule deer and I was over 3,000 kills, I would see a diamond and I was just like, why? Like, I don't even want the diamond. I don't care about the diamond. And it would almost make me more mad whenever I'd see a diamond, because I'm like, I just don't even care anymore. I don't want a stupid diamond. All I wanted to see is a dang great one. That's all I cared about. It's like a slap in the face whenever you get a diamond to spawn after like 2,500 kills through a grind. At least that's how I felt about it. But it is cool, because I do have quite, not there. I do have quite a bit of diamonds now. I'm at 322. Just quite a bit. And a ton of harvest, 16,744. For some reason, my great one counter, honestly, probably all these are wrong to some degree. Especially if you've played for a long time. Back in the day, they released an update, and I think it was every harvest. Like, if you shot a silver, it would count as a gold. Gold would count as a diamond. I can't remember if there was great ones out whenever that glitch was going on, but I remember that was a thing. I did play way back in the day, so that probably messed with my numbers quite a bit. So I don't know how accurate those are to begin with, and there's probably been multiple that have just messed with your totals in general. So I remember I shot my first 2 mule deer and it tracked it just fine, and I didn't mess up. I've never messed up a great one, so it can't be that I messed it up and it counted as a gold instead. But I don't know. But it stopped tracking them. So now, in order for me to figure out how many I have, which luckily they just made it a whole lot easier with the newest update that came out with this new map, it made it a whole lot easier to tell whenever you got or how many great ones you have. And I'll show you how to do that as soon as I spawn in, because you got to be in your tent to do it. You just go to your cache trophy manager and stay at trophies, filter, rarity, go to fabled. Why is it only saying 4? It's not even showing my boar for some reason. Okay, maybe we go to rarity. See? 7. It's weird if you go to rarity and fabled, it only shows 4. It shows my wolf and 3 mule deer. But then you go to metal, great one thing, great one antler, and it shows all of them. Got my one mule deer great one there, another great one mule deer there, another great one mule deer there, another great one mule deer there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got a 5th one on my map. One of my gray wolves, my other gray wolf, and my wild boar. So 8. I'm at 8. Technically 7 right now because I haven't shot my 8, but I could be at 8 if I went and shot that mule deer. So I'm really thinking about doing. I just don't know how I want to do it. Could do like a handgun or something. I don't know how I did not drop that guy. There we go. Where did he even go? Oh. I found him. That is my great one pig, by the way. I can't really see exactly what that scores on here. Let me check it out. I got a picture of him. Scored 178. His weight was 260, which I believe the max weight is 261, so that dude is actually pretty big. But the tusk on that thing, it reminds me of like a trident or something. Looks pretty crazy. Wait a second. I figured out what's going. Okay, I actually know exactly what I did for that to pop up. I forgot I have a keybind on my keyboard that if I press it, that will pop up. And it's right next to enter. And whenever I go to claim something, I press E and enter to claim it faster. And I must have accidentally hit that button. Which would make sense because I don't think that's ever happened before today. So it would make sense that I accidentally hit it a couple times. So now I just got to be careful where I'm placing my finger whenever I go to press enter and not hit the wrong thing like an idiot. Luckily I figured that out though, so now I don't have to delete anything. So I didn't really want to do that. But at least y'all got to see my great one mule deer for like 30 minutes. Do not see a great one in there. This is where I did shoot my first great one. And it was actually really cool. I'm kind of happy with the fur that I got because it was like, it wasn't just super obvious that there was a great one out there, which I kind of liked a little bit better. You kind of had to like look, like I was just kind of scanning through just like this right here. And I just see like orange stripes and I was like, wait a second. I was like, that's not normal. And then I obviously spotted them and was able to tell that it was a great one. But I don't know, just spotting the great one in is like my favorite part. Not even shooting it. Shooting it is probably my second favorite, obviously. But spotting them in and just seeing them for the first time and just like the grind, it's like the grind officially paid off. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I know me, whenever I first start a grind and the dude's not showing up and I'm over like 1,000 kills in, I just start thinking like, is this thing even real? Like, is it actually going to show up? Will I really find this thing? Or is my game broken? Is it impossible for it to spawn on my map? Because I just start thinking, overthinking it. I should just always know it's not actually broken or anything, but it's just hard not to think like that on your first one, over 1,000 kills in. But then you finally get it to spawn, and it's like, oh, it is real. The thing does exist. T, do you need to go outside? Alright, let me take my dog outside. I'm gonna freeze for a little bit because it is cold. And I don't have any socks, I'm gonna be wearing Crocs. Alright, T, let's go. I'm gonna turn my heater up a little bit. And of course she is already barking. Probably barking at another dog. I'm gonna let her stay out there for just a little bit longer. Probably go to 2. Probably shoot these here, shoot some at the next zone, then I'll go pick her up. We should be good to shoot 3 here too. Dang it, I'm just always messing up on that 3rd shot. Okay, actually she's barking a lot. Let me go grab her. Alright, I have returned. We have officially made it to 670 kills. Almost 700. Getting really close. What? Why are you just staring at me, Tia? Why do those have to keep tricking me like that? It looks so weird. This is just the angle he's at. Unless it's a purple gray, but I don't know. Guess we'll find out just in just a second. Dang. That looked like that hit him pretty hard. The 300 AR on these wild boar is just kind of insane. Just a dark brown. I guess it was just that angle he was standing at made it look weird. I don't even know the last time I've refilled my feeder, so I probably need to do that soon. Let me check them to make sure they're all good. Yeah, we're good. We are good for now. There's another light brown. Get another 3 from here. Let's see if we can get all 3 of them. Hopefully drop all 3 of them before they even take off running. I think it'll be easier to go here, here, and then there. I think I'm going too slow. No, we messed up the second one that time. Which one was he? That one. There we go. Made good shots on the first and third, but messed up on the second. That third shot didn't even feel that good. I thought I aimed a little high. It must have just been a little bit further than 150. And then on this one, we just aimed too low. Definitely hurt his leg quite a bit, though. It's looking like we don't got nothing here. We'll just go to the next one. That is a lot of pigs down there. It is crazy how many zones you can have, or how many herds you can have on one feeder. There can just be so many pigs at one feeder, it is insane. Like, how am I supposed to just... I'm going to do my best to spot every male, but I don't know if I'm going to. This might be 3 herds, because that is just so many. Unless there's just some solo males in there. Definitely going to try to get 3. There we go. Dropped off 3 of them. Honestly, we could probably try to get another one too. But I'll be happy with 3. If I'm getting 3 at a zone, then that's pretty good. Or I guess at a feeder. Now if you could have each feeder like this, then that would just be insane. Be a lot of pigs per run. What's that third one at? Oh, I see him. Seems like we haven't had a shooter here in quite a while either. I don't know why it's just so hard to get the 8th feeder to do good. These are probably all going to be females. Those first 7 just worked like a charm. And that 8th one, I just can't get it to stay. Can't get it to stay good anyways, like not as consistent as all the other ones. Hey, there's a 5 with a pretty, actually a really good estimate. Looks just like a common fur, but just in case, we will be taking that guy out with the appropriate gun. Got that one. Did we not get that? We might have. Let's just try to hit him one more time. Just bring him down a little bit faster. Could have just been a single lung from that far. But we also could have definitely messed that up. Maybe hit the spine or something. Is this him right here? Is this even a hog? I think it is. That's level 3. We'll just have this guy track him. Low bleed rate is not a good sign that we got him. Might have messed him up on accident. We did. Yep, we did hit the spine. It wasn't that big though. Some pretty crazy looking tusk though. That is another diamond. That's diamond number 3 of this grind. I want to say that's number 20 in total. I can actually check that. Not number 20, number 12. This is diamond number 12 in total since I started grinding these pigs. Another level 1. This could be 2 different. We're going to try to get 3 from here. Oh. This is not a very good shot on that last one. He is still dropping though. Did still get 3. Seems like a lot of these zones today I'm getting 3 out of, like, very consistently, which is really nice. I just figured there were so many males there that had to have been, because typically you'll have 2, maybe 3 males per herd, so if I'm seeing over 3, it's a pretty good chance that's more than one herd, or a full herd and then a solo, or maybe even a full herd and like 2 solos, all at the same feeder. Does not seem like they're here yet. So we'll just continue going on. Getting really tired. I might go till I get to 700 kills, which would be 17 more. I might go to sleep. Thought I'd be able to stay up a little bit later. I guess just waking up at 7 just got me so dang tired. So we might just shoot. What would that be? Started at 577, so 700 would be 123 kills. It's been an hour and a half, so that's... I don't even know. I can't even do math right now. I'm a little too tired for that. I'm not even good at math whenever I'm not tired, so being tired and trying to do math is not very good. Dang, that dude looked big. I thought he might have been the great one. I think we'll just go for 2 here. How did I not get something good there? There we go. we'll get a rare before I get to 700. They did up their spawn rates for rares on wild boar. And I think they did the same thing on moose whenever they came out with the mosaic and acromelanistic moose. It's pretty good fallow deer right there. I wonder if, I guess that might be something they're going to start doing if they release new rares. They'll up the spawn rate or something. That's what they did with the last two. I don't know if they did it with the red deer or not though. They might have, because red deer got that new, possibly leucistic, and they also got a erythristic or whatever the heck that's called. We don't know. I don't know if they did get the leucistic or not. They might have. Because in the trailer for the, what was it? For the Trophy Lodge, the new Trophy Lodge update, they did show a red deer that just looked off. Looked like a new fur. But it also could have just been, hey, there's a little mink running around here. Or maybe a pine marten. No, it's an American mink. We don't have too much hunting pressure, so we can go ahead and shoot that guy. Because a rare mink or pine marten would be pretty cool. These dudes are so tiny. That one is not a rare or a diamond. I do really like those things though. Those are one of my favorite species from this new map. They look so cool. That is a lot of hunting pressure, but oh well. We'll just make sure to shoot something at those two, or try to shoot something at the 3 feeders that I got out. That one's still active. I think they're all still active. We'll just shoot one, or shoot something at each of those feeders to help out with that hunting pressure. Let's make it go down a little bit quicker. Okay, that is a lot of hogs. We're gonna definitely go for 3 here. Since this one is way up there by himself, I'm assuming that's a solo. So we'll just go there, there. I guess there. How did that one not drop? That was kind of, oh, set for 150. That was most definitely a spawn shot. Which I still think a spawn shot should drop a dang hog with a 300. But I guess it's kind of good that a spawn shot doesn't drop something instantly. Because if you are, like, let's say you got a great one, and you accidentally shoot it in the spawn, you at least have a chance to make a recovery shot to try to save your metal. Because if you shoot them in the spawn, that will not count as a vital organ hit, and it will drop. So like if it's a diamond and you shoot it in the spawn, it'll bring it down to gold, unless it's something like the turkey or now the minks and stuff. You can shoot them wherever. Just because they're so small, you don't have to hit them in the lung or whatever to kill them. You can just, or to get your max score out of them. Dang, that is a lot of deer. We're definitely gonna shoot that guy. 300 AR just it does very good on fallow deer. I guess we'll shoot him too. Let's just kind of let our hunting pressure go down at our feeder. Yeah, I didn't think I was hitting that. That would have been kind of ridiculous if I did. I wonder if we made it to $2 million yet. I would not be surprised if I did. I have not, but I'm very close. 140,000 away. Probably get to that tomorrow. We're going to try to get all 3 of those. A fallow deer feeder ground would be insane. I might try that on Tay. Just see how it goes. If it's anything like how it goes on here, it's probably going to be pretty good. Oh, shoot. I hope that was one of them that I was shooting at. I know it was a male. Must have been. That dude got smoked though. That was not the one I was aiming at. He just took a bullet for that guy. Which the other one died anyway, so it didn't really matter. He didn't, I guess he was trying to save his life, but that did not work. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. We'll finish this run out. We'll get to 700 before I finish this run out. But we'll just go ahead and finish out this whole run, and then should be I'll be live streaming again tomorrow. I'll be able to sleep in a little bit later. Won't have work on Tuesday, but I might be going to bed early I'll be going to bed early tomorrow because we'll be going duck hunting on Tuesday, so I kind of will be have to be up early on Tuesday. So I don't know, we might stream tomorrow, who knows. There's a big 4 there. Should be able to get 3 more here. And we dropped them all, that was pretty good shooting. Being able to shoot this many per zone also helps out a lot with with your kill total, because a lot of times, like moose, sometimes you're only shooting 1. Might be getting 2 at some places, but here you're getting 2 to 3. Sometimes 4. I've shot 4 at a zone a couple times. It's just able to go so much faster. Not quit yawning. And that was our 700th kill of our second Great One grind. So we will finish this one off, finish this run off, and then I'm probably going to go lay down and go to sleep. I'm so dang tired. I kind of want to see. How far away is that? That will cause hunting pressure. We can take a look. Looks common, so that one can live for now. Should be able to get 3 more here. Dang it. We make 2 bad shots there? I guess so. I don't know how we made 2 bad shots. I thought the first and the second one were pretty good. I knew that third one wasn't that good. Well, they died in like the exact same spot, so I guess it wasn't that bad. I can't remember if I checked this spot or not. I don't think I did. I do that so much. I skip over that spot. I definitely did not go here because we got at least one. Oh, two shooters. I didn't even realize I was already on that one. Those are normally the only two shooters we got. Oh, that was a horrible shot. But we got him on that one, so it was fine. There must be, cause that's a lot of females to only have two males. So I'm assuming I have two herds here. One of them is just all females, and the other one is just a normal zone. It's the only way it would make sense to me with having that many females and only two males. Man, I think I spooked these. Let's see. At least get this guy. Maybe we can see that level 2 run off. Hit him. He is going down pretty quick. Got him. Still got both of them even though we spooked him. They come walking in from that way, so sometimes if I get here and they're not quite here yet, it does spook them off. Which means they probably drink somewhere over here probably. Well, they're not coming from their drink zone, so maybe they rest somewhere over here. Probably drink, rest, and then feed over here now. That would be my guess, but I don't even have a single drink zone for hogs, I don't think. I haven't went looking for them. Which is so nice to not have to do because the drink zones for the pigs on this map are so bad. Like, you can grind them at their drink zones. It would just not be very fun. It's going to be super dark because it's from 12 to 3. And if you look down there, that's where the water is. And it is just so thick from all the other trees and everything like that. So it would not be very fun, which is why I did the feeder grind, because normally whenever the new map comes out, I did it with Ski Ridge, and well, I guess that's it, because that's the only mule deer grind is the only grind I've done since or the only new map grind I've done since the hogs. So, or since the mule deer, I mean. But I don't know, it seems kind of fun whenever a new map comes out and brings a great one to hunt them on the new map. Which there are other great ones I could do on this map. There's the pigs, red deer, fallow deer, pheasant. I think that's it. I don't think there's any other great one on this map. It's quite a bit for one map. Especially since Virhunga Savannah still doesn't have one. There's no great ones on that map. Only map in the game without a single great one. Alright, let's check this zone, then we'll check the next zone, and then we will call it there. We made it to 710 kills. Started at 577. It's quite a bit. What does our hunt pressure look like over there? Looks pretty good. Not that bad. Especially for shooting 3 hogs over there. Oh, we're gonna actually have a shooter here. That is nice. Will it be just one? Yep. And during that entire, what, hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours, I think we only went back to main menu one time. Normally on Mule Deer, you would be doing it, or pretty much any other grind, it'd be after every single run. Ooh, I kind of want to shoot that. I don't know how I hit that. See if we can hit it again. Well, we can smoke that rock. That dude isn't. That's going to take forever to drop, too. I felt like that was close. It will die, though. It's just going to fly for quite a ways before it does. Let's get my dog over here, because we're going to definitely need him to track this thing. I was probably one pellet at like 100 meters away. Did die, though. See if we can't track it down ourselves. Alright, I didn't see any diamonds in there. I do want, there is a rare Eurasian widgeon that looks so freaking nice. I think it's a Eurasian widgeon mixed with a mallard hybrid. It is insane looking. It is super, super rare though, but I would, if I could have any rare in the game, it'd probably be that one. This dude flew really far. Shouldn't be too much further though. There's pigs up here. This is a whole new zone that I've never seen before. If we got that zone that's over here and they come up here, I probably should. How far away is that? It's only 200 meters, so I don't know. I don't know why they're not coming to this zone or to that feeder. Where did he go? I could have swore I'd seen him dead. Let me get my dog. Okay, apparently he's. Oh, there he is. But with that zone being right there, I might pull that feeder over there, set up a zone right here, and maybe we can pull that zone over here, because for some reason this zone is not getting pulled over there. That is good that I saw that. Where is this at? Right next to this fallow. This fallow need zone. Just trying to see if there's. Let me just place. Do I even have a tripod? Because I can't place another tent. I do not. I could make it work though. That's 180 right there. So I put the tripod here, put the feeder right there, put the tent a little bit further back. Hopefully I'll remember that. If I do, I'm going to do that tomorrow before I go to work. If I wake up early enough. If not, I'll just do it after work. That is very good that I found that, because that would not have been the same herd that I just shot at, because I shot the male in there and that one still had males in it. Alright, let's get us one more. Get us that level 3 right there. That'll be the last kill for the night, ending us off at like 712. Which is not bad at all. Is there any other? Oh, we can shoot. I'll shoot that gray one right there. So we'll have a couple more fallow deer to look at whenever we get back. So 577 to 712. I don't even know. I cannot math right now. My brain cannot do anything other than shoot these hogs. But I guess before we get off, we can go look at my mount with my great one boar in there. It looks pretty nice. It's probably not my favorite mount right now. I do have one that I really do like, which would be my first great one, just because it was my first one. It's got 2 rares in there as well. Great one and 2 rares, which is this one. It's my great one mule deer, dilute female, and then a piebald female mule deer. Let me turn my light off. Then I got my other great one mule deer over there. And my third great one mule deer right there. So that's 3. And then there's my 4th great one mule deer. But here is my fabled great one hog that scored 178.9. It's fabled brindle. The tusk on that thing is just, it is insane. Like the back ones are the top ones, how they go up, curve in, and go back up, and then the top one just goes straight up. I mean, that is just insane looking. That is a really cool looking hog. The fur is still just, I don't know, it's not terrible. I definitely don't hate it. And I do like how it stood up on the neck, so like you can see on these other two how it's not like that, and on this one it's really stood up pretty far. I think that's pretty cool. And then that one in the middle right there is my super rare, max weight super rare actually. Black gold, 159.4. I think it's 240 kilograms is max weight, and then we just have a albino silver in there that I just did just because it was albino. But yeah, I think that's but look at the size difference. So that is a huge diamond right here. This middle one is a very big diamond, and that's his tusk. Obviously pretty big, bigger than the silvers. And then you just got this guy. Like, the difference between that and that one is insane. Like, that is a huge difference. I really like the Great One boar. I didn't know how I was going to feel about him when I first heard about him, but I'm a huge fan of him. And then here's my Great One wolf, the fabled Battlethorn. You can tell he's got some scars on him. Very cool Great One. One of my favorite Great Ones too. The wolves they're so nice. And I think we got my other, I got another Great One wolf somewhere in here. I've been moving stuff around, so I don't exactly know where they're all at. Then I got my super rare mule deer right there. Oh, there's my other Great One wolf. The Dawnbreak. This is the one that, I don't know. It's not horrible. I think it is. I think it still does look pretty cool, but it's also not my favorite. And then my super rare gray wolf that I got the other day. Barely. I mean, 39 is diamond, so if he was any smaller, he would not have been a super rare. It would have been a super troll. And then I got my diamond badger, and then I gotta find a spot to put my new diamond that I just got today. I think this will be a pretty good spot. I like that one, but I do need to change it to that right there. I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to turn them later. I have to change my keyboard out to do that, and I'm too lazy to do that right now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the new lodge update that they did, where you can get your change your platforms and everything like that. But my absolute favorite thing about this lodge and the new update is these branch mounts right here. Like, that is just so freaking cool. I got a diamond red fox on this one, 14.2 scoring. Then my piebald female that I just shot the other day on my map on that one. I just think that's perfect. I love the branch mounts so much. They're so nice. I'm a big fan of that. Then I got a diamond pheasant on that one, and then a leucistic hen turkey on that one. So yeah, pretty cool. I really love the new lodge update. It is one of my favorite updates in a long time. Not just because the other updates haven't been good, but just because the lodge update was just so good. Like, it was needed for so long, and it just makes the lodge look so much better. Now everybody's lodge is gonna be so much different. So much different. I think that's right. I'm so tired. So much different. So much more different. That sounds better. So much different. That sounds right. That is right. I'm pretty sure that makes sense. So much different. Yeah. I'm losing my mind right now. I'm so tired. All right. With that, we are going to be getting out of here because apparently, clearly, I am losing my mind here. So, hope y'all enjoyed the stream. I might just only start streaming from now on, or only start grinding for great ones whenever I'm live. Or if I spawn them, I might just wait till I'm live to shoot them. I might just do that because I really like grinding and I can't stream all the time. So I think the next one I spawn, we'll shoot it on stream. We'll just do that. But thank you guys for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream, and I will catch y'all on the next one.